And welcome to Mules Baseball. We are live here at Indian Stadium here at Jackson, Missouri. And joining us right now, it is the head coach of the Poplar Bluff Mules, head coach John David Patillo. And coach, here we go. It is the final regular season game of 2024. Has it sunk in just yet, just how fast this baseball season has been going?
Not really. Just when you're in the middle of it, you don't think about it. And just knowing that it's come up to this, and knowing last night we had the seed meeting, it's all here, whether we want it or not. It's all here.
Glad you brought that up here. We got a big game coming up against the Indians of Jackson, but your Mules, a 6th seed coming up in the upcoming district starting next Wednesday. Was you surprised by the 6th seed, or was you expecting that number?
To be honest with you, I thought we could have been anywhere from 4 to 7. not being able to play Jackson going into the seed meeting, that was our really only comparison other than Northwest House Springs. And so for us to compare ourselves to them and all the schools in the the St. Louis County area, they don't really, they take us for granted a little bit. But if we'd had this game out of the way and played well, or beat Jackson, then you're looking at being a 1 or 2.
Let's talk about this game, and a lot of folks want to know, what are we playing for today? Well, it's quite simple. These two teams, your team, Jackson, both are 6-0 in the conference. Today's game will determine the regular season SEMO Conference champions, something our Mules can get done today against a very good team. Oh, by the way, the number 9 team in the state of Missouri.
Yeah, they're a really good team. We know that. Really good pitching, and we'll get to see the lefty that we faced in the districts last year. So, they're the number 1 seed. This is who you want to play. We want to play for a conference crown against the best, and that's why we're here.
I do want to say one thing. I know we're going to talk about McDaniel coming up. We saw him last season, but I can assure you our Mules team this year compared to last year, complete 180 team.
Oh yeah, we're a different team, and we know it. We've grown. We've gotten better. Just like I told the kids a while ago, this is a game that sets us up to play in the districts. We've got Seckman coming up Wednesday, and so we're going to see good pitching. We got to be prepared to do things at the plate, maybe that we haven't always had to do. If we need to play some small ball, if we need to move some people around, we're going to have to do the little things.
Let's talk about your team when it comes to the overall pitching here for you guys. I believe the bullpen is wide open today, going on the mound to begin the ball game. Who you going with?
We got Noah Spain going, and Noah pitched really well over here against Dexter a few weeks ago, and we're going to start with him, knowing that we were going to use some other guys and rotate them through. Everybody's ready to go, so we can use whoever we want.
And then, of course, looking at the infield, no major differences, but today on first base, I believe you're going to go with the senior in Colby Greenwald.
Yeah, we kind of solidified our infield, knowing that Noah's pitching, that put everybody kind of in place where all our infielders had been playing in a certain position, but it allows us to put Ryan at third and Colby at first, and we'll DH Dylan today.
What would it mean to this team to pick up a win here? Forget about the SEMO Conference regular season championship. Be the first time in quite some time that our Mules team have won 20 wins in one season.
Well, that's always, a nice accomplishment. And if it happens, that's great, But the big thing is that we're here competing and getting ready for next week.
Clean baseball is going to be top priority today. We ask this every game. It's a cliche now. How big will it be for your team to play clean, free baseball today?
Yeah, it's really important. Again, when you play really good teams, you've got to play clean baseball, and you got to play to the level that you're playing. And so we want to make sure that we're ready to go, and I think we are defensively. I feel good about who we've got, where we've got them, and I hate it that Dylan Hall's not out there, because he makes a huge difference in the outfield for us, but he's coming off the broken hand, and so but our guys are ready to go and they're ready to play.
Last question, Coach, and obviously we always ask this as we see your team hit the field now for IO to beat Jackson and take home that SEMO Conference title in the regular season. In your mind, the keys is going to come down to the most here today.
Well, we got to put the ball in play, make them handle it, feel it, and we just got to throw strikes.
I know that typically our team sometimes doesn't get off to the best start against lefties, but looking at the way the team reacted off the bus, it seems like they are ready for this challenge here today.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that we're ready to play. So, it's just another game that kind of sets us up for next week. So, again, I think in their minds, we know we want to come over here and win and do things well. and just compete.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you. Go get them, and we'll see you guys afterwards.
All right, man. Thank you.
You betcha. Head coach here, John David Patillo, joining us live. We are third base side this afternoon interviewing Coach Patillo right beside the Mules dugout. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we will give you our starting lineups here as the first pitch is coming your way in about 21 minutes. It is a First Responder Day here at Indian Stadium in Jackson, Missouri. They will be honoring first responders coming up before the first pitch. Right now, you are watching the Mules take IO. If you're watching us on Facebook and on YouTube, the Mules right now are doing IO. We will step away for a 3-minute timeout on the video and on radio, and we'll come back and we will set the stage coming up today between the Mules as well as the Jackson Indians. We are live on the road. It is the regular season finale here in Jackson. We're going to come back in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Hey everyone, welcome to Jackson.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is now a certified dealer for Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Kevin's Auto is also a full-service garage from brakes and oil changes to electrical and AC. Don't forget they also offer custom muffler work. It's Kevin's Auto and Tire, located on Cravens Road in Poplar Bluff.
Imagine playing sports, reading, or driving without needing contact lenses or glasses. The eye LASIK procedure at Eye Care Specialists could be the answer to help you improve your vision. Call Eye Care Specialists to schedule a free screening.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Insert a penny upside down, and if you see the top of Honest Abe's head, your tread is too low. If you don't, you're good to go. So when it's time for new tires, remember Christian Automotive and Tire, keeping you safe on the road.
Maverick Glass offers repair of automotive, commercial, and residential glass, including mobile repair services. From a chipped windshield to a custom glass shower, remember Maverick Glass. Thank you for making Maverick Glass the area's leading glass company for more than 30 years.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions, 785-1500. Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
And we are back here as we get set now for the first pitch coming your way in about 18 minutes this afternoon. The Mules will take on the Jackson Indians in the final regular season game of 2024. Hard to believe that we are coming down to the end of the Mules regular season, and we are moments away from this game starting off. And the Mules, by the way, they are trying to accomplish something they have not done since 2018, and that is win the SEMO Conference regular season title. Also trying to do something we have not done since 2022, and that is defeat Jackson. The last time the Mules were able to defeat Jackson was on this field. We were here for that one. The Mules got it done 8-1. And oh, by the way, the starting pitcher for that game was a Cannon Carr. That tells you how long ago it's been since the Mules have got a win here against a very good team out of Jackson, state-ranked So we'll see today if the Mules are indeed ready for this challenge coming up. You were listening to Coach Patillo earlier on. He told us that his team, they look to be focused, they were poised, and we're going to see coming up if indeed this team is ready to go. So later on, you'll have the first pitch, and of course, we'll bring it to you live. It is our final YouTube and Facebook game of the 2023-24 school year. And man, we have had so many great ball games here this season. We have done so many sports, but today, after today, it will come to a close as we will switch over and we will do the districts coming up only on Misha TV, and we'll have a lot more on that coming up as well as we move it throughout this broadcast. Hard to believe that today is our final broadcast when it comes to Facebook and YouTube this season. And we're going to be streaming this game in its entirety coming up. Mules are looking to get a big win here today. We shall see. And of course, both teams coming in 6-0 when it comes to the SEMO Conference. And one of these two teams are going to be crowned the regular season champions. Jackson, by the way, they have already won the SEMO Conference tournament. They did that earlier late last month, and they were able to defeat Dexter 5-0 in the SEMO Conference Championship game. That game was going to be impacted by weather, but thankfully they were able to get that game in. As for this game against the Indians, we've had to move this 2 other times just because we had to consider all the rain and possibly storm activity. So today, no weather issues, and we're going to get this game in with absolutely no problems. And that is great news indeed. All right, we are less than 15 minutes away until we have the opening pitch here today. And like we said earlier on, it is First Responder Day here in Jackson. So coming up, if you're watching us on YouTube and on Facebook, you will see the First Responder ceremony coming up right before the opening pitch, something that is really unique, and so glad that they are doing it. I know that next season they've been talking about it in Bluff to making sure that we do something similar to a first responder event coming up for the season next year, and I can't wait for that to happen as well. And of course, we're going to get to your opening lineups here in just a moment. In the meantime, here's what we want to do on the radio side and on the video side. Let's go to a 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, we will have much more on these two teams as we count it down to the opening pitch between the Mules and the Jackson Indians. We're back in 2 minutes. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
You're in the zone with Baldwin Toyota. Today's spotlight is the 2023 Toyota Corolla. This car is built to win, featuring advanced safety systems and driver assistance technology, along with top-of-the-line performance.
Right you are. The 2023 Corolla is a fuel-efficient, fun-to-drive game changer, and it's sure to be a Mules fan favorite.
Don't just watch from the sidelines. Visit Baldwin Toyota and experience the 2023 Toyota Corolla yourself. And now back to Mules action.
Hey, this is Gary Featherstone, PB Realty Donovan office. We're Ripley County's leader in every category of real estate. We can help you with residential, farm and land, river cabins, and commercial properties. Call us at 996-5153 or stop by our office at 304 East Highway Street between Quick Connection and North End Motel. And let's talk about how we can help you with all of your real estate needs. Or call me, Gary Featherston, at 776-4026.
Attention all baseball fans. Are you looking for a winning insurance plan? Look no further than First Choice Insurance, your MVP for all things coverage. Just like a solid defense, our policies protect you when life throws unexpected curveballs. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we've got you covered. Swing for the fences with First Choice Insurance and hit a home run for peace of mind. Visit us today or call our team for a Grand Slam insurance experience. First Choice Insurance, where protection meets perfection.
All right, so we are now 11 minutes now until we begin this opening pitch. We're about to go down field side here in just a moment, and we will have the first responder information, and they're going to be honoring first responders here.
Aren't on the clock to come join us on the field this evening.
So they're asking the first responders that are here in attendance here to join them on the field. Big shout out to John Martin as well as the assistant AD Matt as well for letting us set up inside the press box. If you are watching Facebook and YouTube right now, we are honoring our first responders here in Southeast Missouri. Lots of first responders here showing up.
Put your hands together and show some appreciation for these men and women.
Outstanding job here done by Jackson to represent the first responders here that keep communities safe all across the area. Let's go ahead now, and here are the starting lineups.
Pitcher number 11, Noah Spain. Batting second, first baseman, number 18, Colby Greenwald.
Yay, Colby!
Batting third in right field, number 16, Cade Huffman. Batting fourth, catcher, number 12, Bryce Dobbs. In center field, batting fifth, number 3, Rylan Seasongood. Batting sixth, second base, number 1, Marcus Tabanera. Hitting DH, batting seventh, number 15, Dylan Bratcher. Playing third base for the Mules this evening, number 19, Ryan Tenchavez. Batting eighth, shortstop, number 4, Miles Johnson. And in left field, batting ninth, number 5, Cameron Settle. And now for your Jackson Indians, batting first, second base, number 4, Waylon Hale. In left field, batting second, number 10, Cooper Rhodes. Batting third, shortstop, number 6, Jaden Glency. Batting fourth, first base, number 17, Drake Weber. In right field, batting fifth, number 12, Peyton Kite. Batting sixth, DH, number 1, Owen Osborne. At catcher, batting seventh, number 8, Drew Parsons. Batting eighth, third baseman, 22, Adler Flynn. And in center field, batting ninth, number 14, Garrison Brown. On the bump today for your Indians, number 7, Carson McDaniel.
So there are the starting lineups here this afternoon, and now we're going to have our national anthem followed by the opening pitch.
Left center field.
So there you go. There is our national anthem, and now we're going to get ready for our opening pitch.
Today's contest will be
And now here we go. Now let's go ahead and get you once again our starting lineups here today. Let's begin with the offensive setup here for your Poplar Bluff Mules. Leading off in the pitcher spot is going to be number 11, Noah Spain, batting second. He is over at first base, number 18, Kobe Greenwald.
First pitch today is by Missouri
Batting
State Highway
third
Patrol
today,
Corporal Mark Ashby.
it is the right fielder in number 16, Cade Huffman, batting cleanup. He'll be the catcher today. It is Bryce Dobbs batting in the fifth spot. The center fielder, number 3, Rylan Seasongood, also batting sixth at second base. Marcus Tabanera batting in the seventh spot. He is the DH man. It is Dylan Bratcher batting eighth at shortstop. It is Miles Johnson. And batting ninth at left field, you've got Cameron Settle. And now obviously playing third base here today, he is the 5'11 freshman in Ryan Tanchavez. Those are the offensive lineups here today for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Now looking around the horn now for the Jackson Indians over in right field this afternoon. Cooper make that left field. Cooper Rhodes in center field here this afternoon. It is Garrison Brown over in right field. It is Peyton Kite looking around the horn now. Third base, number 22, Adler Flynn at shortstop. It is Jaden Glency at second base here this afternoon. Waylon Hale at first base. Number 17, Drake Weber, and behind the plate, number 8, Drew Parsons on the mound for the Jackson Indians. It is Carson McDaniel. He is a senior for the Indians. He is the big left-hander on the mound. I would say, obviously, he is their number 2 pitcher on staff, and that's who we're going to be dealing with. We saw him a season ago. It was the district quarterfinals last year. It was in the opening round, and his team was able to beat the Mules at 10-0. Mules have lost 4 consecutive games against the Jackson Indians. Can they change that today? We are moments away from finding out. And by the way, the winner of this ball game will be the regular season SEMO Conference champions. So for the Mules, there is a lot for them to play for today. So now here we go. It is now time for the opening pitch here live in Jackson, Missouri. Tim Hicks is on the camera. I'm Frankie Castile. 73 degrees here in Jackson for the opening pitch. It is at 3:56. And here we go. The first pitch is officially on the way. Swing and a miss by Noah Spain. We are underway. Spain coming into ball game. He is batting .375. He's got no homers and 15 RBIs. We'd love to get things going early on for the Mules. And there's another swing and a miss. Quickly now, it is no balls and 2 strikes here, with the Mules now leading off here in the top of inning number 1. It is quickly an 0-2 count now for the Mules. So now, once again, as McDaniel comes set, here is the pitch, and this one fouled away. Still quickly, no balls and 2 strikes here. Mules trying to get things going early in this one. Right now, it is an 0-2 count. Mules down at 2 strikes here to begin at this ball game. So now here comes the 0-2 by McDaniel. And got him on the outside corner for a called strike 3. First out of the ball game, and the Mules leadoff man is retired. And now coming up to the plate now for the Mules, it'll be Kobe Greenwald. Boy, what a season he has had, batting .522 on the season. He's got 3 homers, 33 RBIs. This one, swing, fouls it away. It is no balls and 1 strike here. So Greenwald down a strike after he fouls it away. No balls and 1 strike here. No score here in at the top of inning number 1. So now Greenwald digs in, swing and a miss, and quickly no balls and 2 strikes. One thing the Mules have not done well at this season, and that is facing the left-handers. And right now they've got a good left-hander on the mound for the Indians. 1 down. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it away, just stays alive. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Greenwald so far this year does not strike out much. He puts the ball in play, 6 strikeouts this year. He's only got 11 base on balls. Here is the 0-2 pitch on the way from McDaniel. This one just misses downstairs for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good start here by the Indians. Already 1 down. Greenwald trying to get things going here in the top of inning number 1. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball hit sharply to Glincy over to first base in time. And 2 up and 2 down here in the top of inning number 1. So now coming up to the plate now, it is Cade Huffman for the Mules.
Cade Huffman.
Huffman is your single season RBI leader. Set the record back the last home game for the Mules. When the Mules took on Donovan, he's got 37 RBIs on the season. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes here. 2 away here in the top of inning number 1. On the bump for the Mules, Noah Spain. We will see him in action coming up in the home half of this inning. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. It is 1 ball and 1 strike now. 1-1 the count here in the top of inning number 1 as Huffman digs in, batting .450 so far this year. He's got 8 extra base hits. Takes ball 2 there. 2 balls and 1 strike. So far this season, Huffman with 8 doubles, 37 RBIs. He is also one of those players who does not strike out much. He's only got 7 strikeouts this entire season. This one is up high for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike now. So 3-1 the count as Huffman trying to get something going with 2 down and nobody on as Bryce Dobbs awaits on deck. Here is the 2-1, or make that 3-1 pitch. And he lost him. Thought that was going to be called a strike there for a moment. So a 2-out walk. And now Huffman trots down to first base. And the catcher now, Bryce Dobbs, coming up to the plate.
Batting catcher number 12, Bryce Dobbs.
So Dobbs had a few extra base hits the last home game for the Mules. He is batting .364. He's got 2 triples, 1 homer, and 24 RBIs. Comes up a lot of power there from that cleanup spot. Got to watch Huffman there at first base. A lot of speed as well. Huffman so far this year, 9 stolen bases on 10 tries. We'll see how aggressive he wants to be there at first base. Here is the first pitch to Dobbs. A swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike here as Huffman stays put on first base. 0-1 the count now as Dobbs digs in, trying to advance over the runner from first base. Mules looking for their first 21 season since 2018. Here is the 0-1 pitch downstairs as well. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. The district seedings came out last night. Mules drew the number 6 seed. Mules will now take on the Jaguars out of Seckman, and that's going to be next Wednesday, and that game will be at 4 p.m. at Seckman High School. We'll have much more on that game during this broadcast. Strike is called outside a part of the plate. It is now 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Mules catcher. Dobbs digging in, trying to advance that runner over. There's 2 down here in the top of inning number 1. Still no score as McDaniel comes set. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball hit sharply to Flynn. He takes it on a hop over to first base in time, and the side is retired. A 2-out walk, and the Mules leave a runner on first base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. We are back in 30 seconds. No score as the Indians come to bat on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
All right, so we are back now as we get ready for the home half of inning number 1. Mules went 1-2, didn't go 1-2-3, but they were unable to advance that runner over from first base. And now we'll see the Mules defense go to work, and we'll see if they can keep the hot offense of the Jackson Indians at bay. We'll find out coming up as Noah Spain is going to be on the mound for the Mules. 1 strikeout, 1 walk in the top of the inning for McDaniel. And the Mules end up stranding a runner over at first base. Let's take a look now at the offensive lineup here for the Jackson Indians. It goes like this. Leading off, the second baseman, number 4, Waylon Hale, batting second at left field. At number 10, Cooper Rhodes, batting third at shortstop, is number 6, Jaden Glincy, batting cleanup. The first baseman, number 17, Drake Weber, batting fifth. It is the right fielder, number 12, Peyton Kite. Also batting sixth, the DH, number 1, Owen Osborne. Batting 7th, the catcher, it is Drew Parsons. Batting in the 8th spot, the third baseman, number 22, Adler Flynn. And batting 9th, the center fielder, it is Garrison Brown. And once again on the mound for the Indians, it is Carson McDaniel. Now looking at the defensive setup here for the Mules. In left field, it is Cameron Settle. In center field, Ryland Season Good. In left, or make that right field, it is Cade Huffman. Let's go around the horn now. Third base, Ryan Tenchavez. At shortstop, it's Miles Johnson. Second base, Marcus Tabanera. At first base, it is Kobe Greenwald. And the first pitch taken for a ball, or I should say a foul ball rather, down the third base line. Catching the day is Bryce Dobbs. On the mound, it is Noah Spain. He is making his 8th start of the season. He is making his 14th appearance. He is 6-2 so far this season. He has pitched 35 innings, giving up 35 hits, 18 runs, 8 earned, walked 14, struck out 52. His earned run average is 3.80. And that pitch is called a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike here in the bottom of the first inning. So now the Mules defense on their toes now. Last outing Spain had here at Jackson High School. That's where he took on the Dexter Bearcats. He pitched very well. He would go 6 strong innings. Just could not get out of that 7th inning without giving up the lead. But other than that, pitched a great game against the Dexter Bearcats. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way from Spain. This one is outside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count now, as Spain looking to get his 7th win of this season. But they've got their work cut out for them today. Jackson normally doesn't mess around. A very good team, 23-7 on the year. This one's popped up behind us. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Concession stand will receive a popsicle.
There you go. The popsicle still stands here today. They did that during the CMO conference. 2-2 the count now. Nobody down here in the bottom of the first inning. Hale trying to reach base. Here is the 2-2. Ground ball hit sharply to Tenchavez. What a stop over to first base in time. It is a 5-3 out and 1 down here in the bottom of inning number 1.
Now batting left fielder number 10, Cooper Rhodes.
That was a great stop there by Tenchavez. Good defensive way to begin the ball game. Cooper Rhodes now, who has broke the Jackson record earlier this season in stolen bases. He did that on that Saturday when they took on Kennett. That was during that 3-hour rain delay afternoon. Strike 1 called on the outside, a part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike here. Mules here and the Indians scoreless in the bottom of the first inning. Final broadcast video-wise on YouTube and Facebook of the 2023-24 school year. Strike 2, what a pitch by Spain. No balls and 2 strikes. So quickly 0-2 the count now with 1 away, as the dangerous threat Cooper Rhodes batting from the left side. infield, or I should say the outfield, playing in a little bit. Here is the 0-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. This one's going to go foul. Still no balls and 2 strikes here. .325 down the line, and in straightaway center, it is 4:02 here at Indian Stadium in Jackson, Missouri. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, an inside pitch. And there is a strikeout number 53 on the season.
Now batting shortstop, number 6, Jaden Glency.
So now Jaden Glency coming up to the plate now. Another offensive threat here for the Indians. 2 down here in the inning. Glency, the shortstop, now coming up. 2 away, and the Mules are trying to get out of this inning with no damage done here. 2 down already, nobody on. Spain taking his time as he once again gets reset on the rubber. Gets the sign. Here's the pitch. This one just misses. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes here. Coming up for the Mules in the top of inning number 2, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. Ryland Season Good will lead things off here in the top of inning number 2. So now Spain comes set. Here's the first or second pitch, rather, inside, called a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count now. Waylon Hale grounded out to third base to begin the inning, and then Cooper Rhodes a strikeout. And now here is your third batter of the inning, Jaden Glency. He's got a 2-0 count, make it 3-0 count now. So Spain is behind in this count, 3 balls and no strikes. Gorgeous afternoon here in Jackson. The last time we were here, we had that lengthy rain delay, and then the sun came out during the afternoon hours. There's strike 1, but today it's been sunshine all day long. What a way to end our regular season here in Jackson. Mules looking for their 20th win of this season, 19-10, as they enter this game here today. Here is the pitch on the way. Strike 2 is called, and it's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Began the count 3-0, and now quickly 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coach Patillo told us on the way over here that his team, they looked prepared, they acted confident, and we're seeing a pretty good inning so far. This one is up high, lost him on ball 4, and much like the Mules did in the first inning, a 2-out walk here issued to the Indians.
Now batting first baseman, number 17, Drake Weber.
And now Drake Weber has an opportunity here with a 2 down and a runner on first base. Another lefty coming up to face Noah Spain. So Spain now checks the sign that he wants. He'll check on Glency back at first base. Spain comes set. Here is the first pitch. This one is popped out to center field. Coming in to make the catch is Ryland Season Good. Season Good played that ball very well, and just like that, the Mules get out of the inning with no damage. The Indians do draw a 2-out walk, and they leave them on first. We're back in 1 minute, still no score, live from Indian Stadium. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Maverick Glass offers repair of automotive, commercial, and residential glass, including mobile repair services. From a chip windshield to a custom glass shower, remember Maverick Glass. Thank you for making Maverick Glass the area's leading glass company for more than 30 years.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Insert a penny upside down, and if you see the top of Honest Abe's head, your tread is too low. If you don't, you're good to go. So when it's time for new tires, remember Christian Automotive and Tire, keeping you safe on the road.
All right, the Mules are coming up to bat now. Season Good makes a great catch out there in center field a moment ago. He will lead things off here in the top of inning number 2. So now here we go as Season Good as he digs in. Season Good batting .429 on the season. First pitch is in there for a call strike. It is no balls and 1 strike here. So a Season Good as he digs in quickly, no balls and 1 strike. Season Good's had a very good season at this point. No balls and 2 strikes. Season Good coming in batting .429. He's got 25 RBIs so far this year. Very aggressive indeed on the base pads. Here is the 0-2 pitch, and this one he just reaches out to get the foul there. No balls and 2 strikes. I hope you said thank you, son. Okay. Assistant AD Matt taking my son down to the concession stand and get him some of that peanut butter M&Ms, I guess. Here is the 0-2 pitch on the way to Season Good. A swing and a miss. A 4-pitch strikeout, and that is strikeout number 2 now for Carson McDaniel. 1 down here in the inning. Marcus Tabanera coming up to the plate now. So Tabanera digs in. He has had a great season also, batting right at .300. He's got 24 RBIs this year. Takes the first pitch down the first base line and out of play. No balls and 1 strike here to the Mules' second baseman, Marcus Tabanera. Wind blowing out toward right field this afternoon. This one downstairs, and it's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. So coming up next week, the Mules are going to begin districts just like the Indians will be. Jackson did get the number 1 seed in the Class 6 District 1. As far as the Mules, we drew the number 6 seed overall. There's one downstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll give you the seedings right now, as a matter of fact. So Jackson, the number 1 seed in our district. Oakville is a 2 seed. Seckman is a 3 seed. Lindbergh picked up the 4th. Fox is 5. Poplar Bluff 6. Melville is 7. Northwest Cedar Hill is the 8th seed. There's a strike called right down the pike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson leading the way, 23-7 this year. Oakville has 15 wins, but also they defeated Seckman this year. Seckman, as Tabanera reaches out and just stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seckman 17 wins, 10 losses. Oakville has 15 wins and 10 losses, but they do have a head-to-head win over Seckman, which was made them the number 2 seed. Lindbergh, a 17-win team. They've got 14 losses, and then Fox has 16 wins. The Mules have 19 wins, and this one is strike 3, but they dropped strike 3, and Tabanera is going to reach first base.
Now batting DH number 15, Dylan Bratcher.
So Bratcher coming up to the plate now. So Tabanera's going to reach on the drop strike 3, still 1 down. And now the lefty comes up, Dylan Bratcher, the 6'4" senior. He is batting .338 this season. He's got 16 RBIs and takes the first pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, with a runner on first base. So now Bratcher digs in as McDaniel wasting no time against Bratcher. Here is the 1-0. And this one right down the Grand Central Avenue. 1 ball and 1 strike. So coming up on Wednesday, here's the way it's going to work. The higher seeds are going to be hosting, which means Seckman, they will host Poplar Bluff on Wednesday. There's ball 2 inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Seckman will host Bluff on Wednesday, May the 15th. And that game will be at 4 p.m. at Seckman High School. If the Mules can get the win, we are back at it on Thursday, May 16th and that would be at 1 o'clock, and that game would be at Lindbergh High School in St. Louis. Time is called by Bratcher and granted by the home plate umpire before the ball was released. Good deal, too, because that was right down the pike, would have been strike 2. So Bratcher just gets time granted at the right time. Two balls and 1 strike to Big Country, fouls it away. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count now. Runner on first base. Mules had a 2-out walk back in the first. And now they've got a 1-out drop strike 3 in Marcus Tabanera. He is standing on first base. And now Bratcher is down at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coach John David Patillo, there's a fly ball. This one toward left field. Rhodes comes in to make the catch. A routine fly ball out to left field.
Number 4, Miles Johnson.
2 down here in the inning now. And now it's up to Miles Johnson to keep this inning alive. It goes F7 on the out. Mules Baseball presented by First Midwest Bank. Also being brought to you by Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Russians Towing, also Baldwin Toyota, and First Choice Insurance. Here is the first pitch on the way to Miles Johnson outside for a ball. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Johnson batting .269 on the year with 9 RBIs. He's also got 4 extra base hits and a triple so far this season. McDaniel now gets a look at the runner at first base. Here is the 1-0 pitch by McDaniel to Johnson. This one is taken for a foul ball down at the first base line. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count now. Mules once again have a runner on first base. And now Johnson digs in. 1-1 the count here in the top of inning number 2. This one is fouled away to the screen. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count now. Coming up in the home half of inning number 2, 5, 6, and 7 are all due up here for the Indians. Jackson stranded a runner in the bottom of the first inning. Mules stranded a runner in the top part of the inning. And they've got a runner on first base right now. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouls it away to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 73 degrees here in Jackson. Or make that, now we're down to 71 rather in Jackson. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Another punch out. Second strikeout of the inning. So the Mules end up stranding another runner on first base. It'll be Kite, Osborne, and Parson when we come back. We're back in 1 minute, still no score, with Jackson coming to bat on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Imagine playing sports, reading, or driving without needing contact lenses or glasses. The eye LASIK procedure at Eye Care Specialists could be the answer to help you improve your vision. Call Eye Care Specialists to schedule a free screening.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is now a certified dealer for Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Kevin's Auto is also a full-service garage from brakes and oil changes to electrical and AC. Don't forget they also offer custom muffler work. It's Kevin's Auto and Tire, located on Cravens Road in Poplar Bluff.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
All right, we are going now to the bottom of the second inning, and still no score. as we get ready now for the bottom of the inning. Coming up, it'll be Peyton Kite, the right fielder. He will dig in here for the Jackson Indians. It's still no score. Mules have left 2 runners on base, and they know that runs are going to be hard to come by in this game. Make sure hit that share button for us on social media. More importantly, let us know where you're watching from today. It is our final YouTube and Facebook broadcast when it comes to high school sports this 2023-24 season. Boy, Tim and I have been all over the place. We have done a lot of ball games this season. It is, I believe, if my math serves me correctly, there's a fly ball. This one has popped up toward left field. The senior Cameron Settle make that the center fielder rather. Ryland Season Good. He will go over to make the catch. Cameron Settle was going for it, but Season Good had a better play on it.
Owen Osborne.
So Owen Osborne coming up to the plate now. That one goes F8. The last 2 outs have gone to Ryland Season Good. And now Osborne, the DH man, comes up with nobody on and 1 away. I was going to say so far, I believe this season is the most active that Tim and I have been during high school sports. We have been all over the place. Ball 1 taken. 1 ball and no strikes now to Owen Osborne. The outfield for the Mules settle in left field. Huffman in right. Outside, call it a ball, just misses. 2 balls and no strikes. So Patillo was telling me that the pitchers that we're going to see today, they're going to be on a limited pitch count. We're going to see pitches between 30 and 45 for each of our pitchers here today that we shall see. Spain to begin the ball game. There's ball 3 up high, 3 balls and no strikes. So 3-0 the count now with 1 away. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here is the 3-0 pitch on the way from the junior. And strike is called outside a part of the plate. 3-1 the count now. Pitch number 23 coming up for Noah Spain. So pitch number 23 coming up. Pitched 18 back in that 1st inning. There's a 1-out walk. 2nd walk issued of the ball game for Spain.
Now batting number 8, Drew Parsons.
So now Drew Parsons coming up to the plate now. He is the catcher for the Indians. Runner on first base with a 1 down. 1 away. And now Spain getting a good look at the runner at first base. Here is the pitch on the way, showing bunt, takes it back and back to first base, not in time. As Greenwald tries to apply the tag to Osborne. It is 1 ball and no strikes here. 1-0 the count. Well, I tell you what, one thing about Bryce Dobbs, he's got a cannon on him, no doubt. I think Jackson understands that. They're going to be real cautious about getting too far off the bag. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Back over to first base is not in time. Still 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count. No score here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Spain now comes set. Here's the pitch. Still shows bunt. Bunts it back away to the screen. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count now on a perfect afternoon here in Jackson for a regular season finale. You don't get much better weather than what we're seeing right here today, especially after all the rain and storms that we had earlier this week. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Here is the pitch. No, back over to first base. Not in time as Osborne slides underneath the tag. Still 1 ball, 1 strike now. Spain keeping Osborne on first base. He gets a good lead over there. Showing bunt again. Good stop by Dobbs. It bounces in for ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count now. Spain now as he comes set. 2 balls and 1 strike. Some other games have already been played and they've gone final. We'll get you those. The runner takes off and there's a throw down. Nearly got, oh, it's going to be out. The throw down from Dobbs nearly got Spain. And still Tabanera makes the play at second base.
Hey, 3-1. Find a way.
2 away here in the inning. 3 balls and 1 strike now. As Osborne is thrown out trying to steal second. Strike 2 is called. So 2 away here in the inning. Three balls and 2 strikes now. Spain 1 pitch away. There's a fly ball, this one to left field, and Seto gets underneath it to make the catch. And once again, the Mules defense coming up big in this inning. And this time, the Indians strand no runners, a 1-out walk, and the Mules get out of the inning. No runs and no hits and nobody left on. It'll be Settle, Spain, and Greenwall when we come back. 9-1-2 in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
You're in the zone with Baldwin Toyota. Today's spotlight is a 2023 Toyota RAV4. Grab your teammates for the ultimate ride. The 2023 Toyota RAV4 offers a spacious interior and configurable cargo space. Now you can carry all your gear for the big game.
That's right. And with the RAV4's all-wheel drive technology, you can effortlessly tackle any terrain.
Get in the game and visit Baldwin Toyota and experience the 2023 Toyota RAV4 for yourself. And now back to Mules action.
Hey, this is Gary Featherstone, PB Realty Donovan office. We're Ripley County's leader in every category of real estate. We can help you with residential, farm and land, river cabins, and commercial properties. Call us at 996-5153 or stop by our office at 304 East Highway Street between Quick Connection and North End Motel. And let's talk about how we can help you with all of your real estate needs. Or call me, Gary Featherston, at 776-4026.
No score as we get ready for the top of inning number 3. Grandma Jackie is tuning in this afternoon back in Poplar Bluff as the Mules trying to get to their first 20-win season since 2018. Also, the Mules gearing up now for districts coming up. We've had a few other games going on in districts over the last couple of days. Looking at some action from Class 2, it was Campbell. They took on Holcomb, and they beat Holcomb 3-1. They were in action earlier today. Bernie also in action over Zenith Hornersville. That game was going on today as well. Other games going on later this afternoon, it'll be New Madrid County Central. They will take on Malden. That game should begin in the next few minutes. That is a play-in game, and the winner of that game will take on East Prairie on Monday. Caruthersville and Twin Rivers, they're going to play Monday as well, beginning at 4:30 p.m. That's a quick look around the area. First pitch, called a strike. Settle is down a strike here to begin this bottom of the 3rd inning. Settle is batting .258 on the season with 5 RBIs. Pitch in there for a called strike. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Dexter picks up a big win today over the Donovan Dons. So now Dexter moves on to the semifinals in Class 4. Swing and a miss, down 3 straight pitches. There is your first out of the ball game, or the inning rather.
No, batting pitcher number 11, Noah Spain.
So now Noah Spain back up to the plate now. 5th strikeout for McDaniel. So the Bearcats with a big win today. They will now take on the top seed Kennett Indians, and that game will be played on Monday. That game, by the way, will be at Dexter as well. Perryville takes on Fredericktown on Monday, and that's in Class 4. No balls and 1 strike here, or make that 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss by Spain. Now the count is even 1-1. Coming up on Wednesday, Class 5, big district there. Festus, the top seed. They will take on the Sykeston Bulldogs. DeSoto takes on Cape Central. There is strike 2 on the inside, a part of the plate. Hillsboro takes on Windsor. And then Farmington takes on North County, and that'll be on Wednesday of next week. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way. Outside, called a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Senya Dobbs is tuning in all the way from Springfield. She is watching Bryce's sister at graduation. That's awesome, Miss Dobbs. Glad to have you alongside for some Mules baseball. There's a ground ball sharply hit to Flynn at third base. Over at first in time. Boy, that was a great defensive play there by Flynn on third base.
Now batting first baseman number 18, Colby Greenwald.
Quickly 2 down here in the inning. Coming up now is Colby Greenwald to the plate. Greenwald grounded out to a shortstop his first time. Randall Etnip is tuning in. He says, "Go Bryce." Glad to have you alongside, Randall. Foul tip that time by Colby Greenwald. It is no balls and 1 strike. 2 down here in the inning. Still no score. Greenwald this time fouls it away. No balls and 2 strikes. Greenwald entering today's game was batting .522 on the season. He has had a great senior year. He is hitting the ball very well this season. The infield plays in just a bit. Flynn comes in. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Well, that was a good pitch by McDaniel. The outfield, Rhodes in left field, Brown in center, Kite in right. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way from McDaniel. There's a ground ball. This one's going to go. It's going to go fair. Greenwald, he rounds first base. He's hustling. He's bustling down to second and safe. So Greenwald with his 5th double of the year. It is a 2-out double, and now the Mules have their first runner
16, Cade Huffman.
in a scoring position. And now the single season RBI record holder now as Cade Huffman walks up. He walked his last time. And now Mules have a runner in scoring position for the first time all ball game. Huffman, by the way, he is batting .489 with runners in scoring position. This one is fouled away to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. So 0-1 the count now as Greenwald hit that one just on the fair side of the bag. Here is the 0-1 pitch on the way as Huffman, the lefty, digs in versus McDaniel in there for a called strike. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Like we said back in the first inning, Huffman does not strike out much. 7 strikeouts on the season. Pretty good about putting the ball in play. A big gap out there between center and left. Oh, Greenwald takes off. They've got him in a rundown. Greenwald slips and he will be tagged out, and the inning will come to a close. So just like that, the Mules now strand a runner at second base. Still no score as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Coming up for the Jackson Indians It will be 8-9-1 when we come back in 60 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Attention all baseball fans. Are you looking for a winning insurance plan? Look no further than First Choice Insurance, your MVP for all things coverage. Just like a solid defense, our policies protect you when life throws unexpected curveballs. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we've got you covered. Swing for the fences with First Choice Insurance and hit a home run for peace of mind. Visit us today or call our team for a Grand Slam insurance experience. First Choice Insurance, where protection meets perfection.
Our ball game here today is presented by Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Patriot Auto Glass, also being brought to you by Christian Automotive and Tire Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge Air Solutions, Edmondson Warren and Holt Legal Services, Maverick Glass, and Senator Jason Bean, are proud supporters of your Poplar Bluff Mules.
Now batting third baseman, number 22, Adler Flynn.
So now Adler Flynn coming up to the plate now for the Jackson Indians. Still no score as the Mules were picked off there between second and third base in the top part of the inning. Here is the first pitch on the way to Flynn, called a strike, and we are underway here in the home half of inning number 3. Roger Burton says, beautiful baseball day. You better believe it, my friend. No score here in the bottom of the third inning. Spain comes set, swing, and misses that one. No balls and 2 strikes. Spain so far in 2 full innings, he has given up no hits, a couple of walks. Through 17 pitches in the first inning, 11 so far in this game, in this game to this point. There is pitch number 31. He fouls it away. Still no balls and 2 strikes. I would imagine that Spain will be on the mound for 45 pitches, and that'll be about it. So I guess the plan would be to maybe get him through the third inning before we make a change. Regular season title on the line here today. There's a rocket shot right to Miles Johnson at short. A line drive for the out, and there is your first out.
Now batting center fielder, number 14, Garrison Brown.
So the 9-hitter now, Garrison Brown, coming up to the plate. That one goes L6 on the out, and the center fielder comes up to the plate now with 1 down, nobody on. Spain now, as he checks the signs from Bryce Dobbs, and gets ready for the first throw to Garrison Brown. First pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes here. 1-0 the count. Great afternoon. Lots of Mules fans making their way. Several Jackson fans here as well. 2 rival teams going at it. 2 of the best teams in SEMO are going at it here today. 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 balls and no strikes now.
But I've got my zone. No more questions.
So coach, or I should say the umpire, explaining his zone there a little bit, as you can hear on the crowd mic. 2 balls and no strikes. As Spain comes set now. Here is the 2-0 pitch. Up high for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. So 3-0 the count now. So 3 balls and no strikes as Spain comes set. Pitch number 36 upcoming. There is strike 1. It is now 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 the count. Mules trying to get out of this inning. One down here in the inning. Here is the 3-1. There's an excuse me swing. Colby Greenwald flips it over to first base in time for the out. Good heads-up play there by Greenwald, as it was an excuse me swing.
Now batting second base, number 4, Waylon Hale.
It's going to end up going to go a 3-1 on the out, a rare 3-1 out. And now coming up to the plate now, we are back to the top of the lineup with 2 down. Spain now well within his limits to finish this inning, and then we'll see if he can finish it. We will see if Coach Patillo makes a change or stays with Spain. This one is fouled away at the screen. No balls and 1 strike. So 0-1 the count now. No score here in Jackson. Spain now as he comes set. Our ball game is presented by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, and Russians Towing. There is ball 1 outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count now. The count here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Spain comes set. Here's the pitch up high for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 the count. As the leadoff batter now, Waylon Hale comes up. He grounded out to third base. His first time. Tanchavez made a great stop over there on third base. Here is the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Good pitch that time by Spain. And the count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count now. 2 down in the inning. Coming up for the Mules, Huffman to lead things off in the 4th. It'll be Huffman, Dobbs, and Season Good, who just misses the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Spain now, as the leadoff batter, is 0 for 1. He's ran it full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on the way from Noah Spain. This one fouled away. Will do it again. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Cooper Rhodes. Struck out his first time. So far, Spain here in the ballgame has only struck out 1 batter, and that was Cooper Rhodes. Full count here to Hale, who grounded out back in the 1st. Spain now as he comes set. Season Good plays in a little bit there at center field. Pitch, this one is popped up. This one over to the right side and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Pitch number 45 coming up for the junior. So far, Spain here in the ball game, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Still no score here in the game. Mules had a runner on second base the top part of the inning. Here is your payoff pitch on the way. This one fouled away. We'll do it again. Still 3-2. So it's pretty obvious that right now the game plan is for Spain to finish out the inning, and then we'll see what direction the coaches go following this inning here, assuming that Spain can get out of it. Still nobody on, no score, full count. Payoff pitch number 3 coming up now to Waylon Hale, the second baseman. There's a ground ball. This one just sneaks in foul. So we'll do it again. Very good at bat here by Hale. Between him and Spain, a great battle right now. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 now. Tabanera there at first base, or make that second base. Johnson, the shortstop. Greenwald comes in slightly on first base. There's a pop fly. This one's playable. Season Good comes in, and he'll make the catch for the third and final out. A routine fly ball to center field, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. We are going to the fourth inning. It'll be Huffman, Dobbs, and Season Good. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is now a certified dealer for Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Kevin's Auto is also a full-service garage from brakes and oil changes to electrical and AC. Don't forget they also offer custom muffler work. It's Kevin's Auto and Tire, located on Cravens Road in Poplar Bluff.
Imagine playing sports, reading, or driving without needing contact lenses or glasses. The eye LASIK procedure at Eye Care Specialists could be the answer to help you improve your vision. Call Eye Care Specialists to schedule a free screening.
Our ball game here today is presented by Baldwin Toyota, First Choice Insurance, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center. Also being brought to you by Patriot Auto Glass, Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, and Air Solutions, proud supporters of your Poplar Bluff Mules. So now Huffman comes back on with nobody on, nobody out. Takes the first pitch in there for a call strike. It is now no balls and one strike. So 0-1 the count now as Huffman tying his cleats. He walked his first time, was stranded on first base. The lefty comes set, ball one, taken outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Be interesting to kind of see what happens in the next inning, or the bottom part of this inning rather, if they go ahead and leave Spain in or not. 2 balls and 1 strike here. 2-1 the count. So now McDaniel comes set. Huffman digs in. Here's the pitch, and this one fouled away. It is even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score, pretty good game here to begin with. 3 full innings, and we've not even been at it at an hour yet. Very good game defensively for both teams. A couple of hard hit balls, 1 to third base on each side. And then Miles Johnson made a great catch there a few moments ago on a line drive. Here is the 2-2 up high, and now the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's not out of the question to believe these two teams could meet up in the district championship game in about a week from today. Not impossible. There's a rip, and this one to center field for a base hit. Boy, Huffman has a unique swing, and this one gets into center field.
Now batting catcher number 12, Bryce Dobbs.
Mules have their second hit of the ball game. Greenwald got a double last inning, and now Huffman ends up with a leadoff base hit. Bryce Dobbs comes up to the plate, who grounded out to third base his first time. Now Huffman, who digs away on first base, 9 stolen bases on 10 tries. We'll see if he tries to be aggressive on the base pads. Stays put for the time being. There is a strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. So Huffman now leading on first. Nathan Dobbs is tuning in. Glad to see they're out there in Springfield today at a graduation. So glad you guys were able to go do that and still watch some baseball. Good bunt by Dobbs. Only 1 play to first base, just got him. And the Mules, they do their job, a productive out. and it will end up being a sacrifice bunt. And now for the Mules, a runner in scoring position. Good play by Dobbs here as he is able to bunt the runner over, and Ryland Season Good now digs in. That's awesome. Nathan Dobbs, that's Bryce's dad, letting me know that his sister is graduating with a master's in accounting. That is awesome, Nathan. Congratulations. And congratulations to her for doing the work. 1 ball and no strikes here. Runner on second base. So it is 1 ball and 1 strike here. 1-1 the count. Huffman standing on second base. 1-1 the count now as Huffman leads away. Tabanera, or make that Season Good rather, with runners in scoring position, batting .472, and this one is taken down the first base line and out of play. Edwin Whittam is tuning in at Elsinore for a graduation. Boy, I tell you what, lots of graduations going on. Thank you so much, Edwin, for tuning in this afternoon. Bluff's graduation coming up next Thursday at the Black River Coliseum. I'll be there announcing all the names again this year. Be my 4th or my 3rd year doing this now for them. 3rd year in a row. We've got Mules baseball hopefully at 1 o'clock. Swing and a miss. Another punch out. Season Good now. His 2nd punch out on the game at 2 down.
Now batting number 1, second baseman, Marcus Tabanera.
And now Tabanera comes up with 2 down in the inning. Tabanera, he was able to reach first base on a drop strike 3. Tabanera with runners in scoring position, batting .340. There's a fly ball to right field, and Kite gets over it and he drops it. He had it in his glove, and Tabanera comes through. And the Mules have broken free in this game, and now they lead by a run. Tabanera ends up on second base. And now the Mules lead 1-0.
Now batting DH number 15, Dylan Bratcher.
So now Dylan Bratcher comes up to the plate. So Huffman comes in to score on the E9. Tabanera ends up on second base. Mules now lead it with a score of 1-0. And now with the Mules leading by a run, they call a strike on that one to a Big Country. It is 1 ball and 1 strike here. James Johnson is tuning in all the way from Guyana. Glad to have you alongside, James. Of course, that's Miles' dad. There's a ground ball, this one right to McDaniel, over to first base in time. But the damage is done as the Mules end up with 1 run on the board. The Mules end up with 1 hit and 1 run, 1 error. Looks like Spain going to come back out now with the Mules having a 1-run lead. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Insert a penny upside down, and if you see the top of Honest Abe's head, your tread is too low. If you don't, you're good to go. So when it's time for new tires, remember, Christian Automotive and Tire, keeping you safe on the road.
Maverick Glass offers repair of automotive, commercial, and residential glass, including mobile repair services. From a chipped windshield to a custom glass shower, remember Maverick Glass. Thank you for making Maverick Glass the area's leading glass company for more than 30 years.
All right, so we are back now as we get ready for the bottom of the fourth inning. Before we go any farther on the radio, let's pause at 10 seconds now for station identification on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. Not going to miss a moment of the action, just doing a legal ID on the radio. It is 4:59. I'm Frankie Castillo. Glad to have you alongside for Poplar Bluff Mules baseball as the Mules now lead it by 1 run here in the bottom of the fourth inning. So now for the Mules, they lead 1-0, and now back up to the plate now is going to be Cooper Rhodes for the Jackson Indians. Struck out his first time. Here is the first pitch on the way. They're going to leave Spain in for the time being. First pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Matt Lewis is tuning in. He says, "Let's go Mules," tuning in from Charleston, South Carolina. How's the weather where you are, Matt? Shane Hanley is tuning in. There's a strike. Good pitch. Count is even at 1-1 now. Terry Bratcher is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside as well. SEMO Conference regular season title up for grabs in this one. Both teams are 6-0 in the conference. This one just misses. Ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike on a gorgeous afternoon here in Jackson. Sun overhead. The fans, most of the fans are in the shade. It is 1-0 now. Mules lead. Up high for a ball. It is 3 balls and 1 strike. Awaiting on deck is Jaden Glency. He walked back in the first inning. Matt says, "Nice and sunny." Good deal, Matt. Good deal. Here is the 3-1 offering on the way from Noah Spain. And lost him on the pitch. And there is a leadoff walk now. Third walk of the game by Noah Spain.
Number 6, shortstop, Jaden Glency.
So now Glency coming up to the plate now. So it looked as if Spain was either confused or maybe even a little bit frustrated with that last pitch. And the leadership there by Bryce Dobbs to call it time to walk out, talk to his pitcher to get everything back on track. And now Jaden Glency coming up, the shortstop, who did walk his first time. And now a good lead by Rhodes. He does lead the team in stolen bases, does hold the current stolen bases record for Jackson. Throw to first base is not in time. Dobbs knows how much of a stealing threat this young man poses. He's got a good lead over there at first base. He is hard to throw out. Staying on first base for the time being. A strike 1 to Jaden Glency. It is no balls and 1 strike now with the runner on first base and nobody out. Big run standing there on first base. Mules know it. Greenwald trying to hold him on. Spain now gets a long look at the runner. Here is the pitch and he takes off. It is bunted away and it's going to go foul. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Well, I tell you what, I like the plan of attack there by the Indians as Glency trying to drop that bunt down, and Cooper Rhodes got a great jump on second. I tell you what, Steven, it'll be here before you know it, I can promise you. So now Rhodes again leads away from first base. It's an 0-2 count now. Spain now checks the sign that he wants here from Dobbs and now looks back at first base. Now he comes set. Rhodes, good lead, stays put, swing and a miss, and there is the first out of the inning. Big punch out there by Noah Spain. Drake Weber coming up.
Now batting first baseman, number 17, Drake Weber.
So now Weber coming up to the plate now. Popped out to Season Good his last time. One down here in the inning. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning. Mules lead by a run on an air to right field as Tabanera got a hold of one and ended up driving in Huffman back over to first base, not in time. Winner of this game will be your SEMO Conference regular season champs. Mules trying to make that happen since first time since 2018. In there for a called strike. Good pitch by Spain. No balls and one strike. Betty Osborne is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside, Betty, watching us live on Facebook. Final game that we're going to be able to air on Facebook and YouTube this season. After this week, everything goes over to Misha TV starting next week. A swing and a miss. Throw down to second base, not in time. Rhodes had a great jump. It is strike two, and once again, Rhodes now in scoring position. It is now no balls and two strikes. So now the Indians have their first runner in scoring position for the ball game. Peyton Kite awaiting on deck, who popped out to center field his first time. Season Good comes in one step. It's a no balls and two strikes approach. Cade Huffman out there in right field for the Mules. Good lead by Rhodes. Here is the 0-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to Tabanera. He gets the easy out at third base, but now Cooper is over on third. Good play by Tabanera for 2 outs.
Now batting number 12, right fielder Peyton Kite.
So now Peyton Kite coming up to the plate now. 2 down, a tying run is standing there on third base. Now the defense can go back to where they were playing before. 2 down, a runner on third base, a 1-0 game here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Time is called by the batter here, granted by the umpire. Miles Johnson, Cameron Settle, Noah Spain, all due up. 8, 9, and 1 are all due up in the top of inning number 5. First pitch called a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Final game before districts begins next Wednesday, May the 15th, as we'll be live at Seckman High School. Mules are the 6th seed in the upcoming tournament. This one has popped up. This one is going to get out of play. It is 1 ball and 1 strike now. So 1-1 the count. So Twin Rivers is officially out of school starting right now. My son's right beside me, a 3-month break going into 8th grade next year. Oh, help us. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Spain now as he checks the sign with Cooper on third base. John Plum Sr. That is correct, my friend. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No more baseball games after today on Facebook and YouTube. We have to go to Misha TV for a feed to the state. Our football broadcast will begin back in August, and we'll be back on Facebook and YouTube for that, starting in late August. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way. Up high for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Appreciate all your support, John, all season long, my friend. A Poplar Bluff alumni. 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 down, and Rhodes on third base. Spain comes set. Here is the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. And the Indians leave a runner on third base. No runs and no hits and 1 left on. 8, 9, and 1 all due up when we come back in the top of inning number 5. You're watching and listening to Mules Baseball. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
You're in the zone with Baldwin Toyota. Today's spotlight is the 2024 Toyota Tundra. This truck is a powerhouse with its available I-Force Max engine.
That's right. It's built like a champion from the ground up. Its powertrain, frame, and suspension work together, providing an available max towing capacity of up to 12,000 pounds. With Tundra, you can haul with confidence.
Head to Baldwin Toyota and experience the power of the 2024 Toyota Tundra for yourself. And now back to Mules action.
So Spain gets out of a jam with a runner on third base. Cooper Rhodes able to draw a walk, and then he stole second, and then was able to get to third base on a ground out, and then left on third base with a strikeout. And now Coach Patillo talking to the home plate umpire. I'm not sure what that's about. Getting some clarification. Coach Mathis was talking to the umpire, and now Patillo is also. So now we're good. Not sure what that was about, but nevertheless, here we go now. Miles Johnson comes up. I'll tell you what a great ball game here by both teams. It's a shame that the SEMO regular season title goes to one, because these two teams have had a great season. There is strike one to Miles Johnson. Anytime that we take on Jackson, I don't care what sport it is, Jackson always, Bluff and Jackson always brings out the best in each other. It is 1 ball and 1 strike here as we are in the top of inning number 5. So 1-1 the count now. Here is the pitch, and this one is fouled away. It is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate that. We're going to miss these group of seniors also. I'll let Tim know that as well. Tim, she says, great job, and Johnson gets a base hit. This one down the third base line. It goes over the bag, and the Mules have a leadoff base hit here in the 5th. On a 1-2 count, Johnson with a big hit. That'll be hit number 15 of this season. Tim, Miss Bratcher wants me to let you know, great job, my friend. Always doing great on the camera. I appreciate that, Mr. Plum Sr. Thank you so much. 1957, good bunt by Settle. They're going to go back to second base. Out there, the ball goes over the dugout, and Settle's going to be able to go to second base anyway. So it winds up being, it's going to be an error on the throw, but the Mules accomplished what they wanted to. They're going to have a runner now in scoring position with 1 down. It'll end up being it's going to be a force out, a fielder's choice, and then the error on the overthrow. So a couple of errors here in the game. end up being an E6. And now Mules once again have a runner in scoring position. And now we are back to the top of the lineup with one down here in the inning. Just so everybody does know that is listening, as Spain grounds it to the shortstop, Glincy to first base in time. And now the runner moves over to third base. It is a productive out. 2 down here in the inning. And now Colby Greenwald comes up to the plate now. A huge second run is standing there on third base. Greenwald doubled his last time. He also grounded out the shortstop back in the first. Here is the first pitch on the way, in there for a call strike. No balls and 1 strike. Boy, we love coming over here to Jackson. They always take good care of us no matter what sport we're playing. Always showing great hospitality to the opposing teams. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Might be why my son decided to wear a Jackson red shirt here today. No balls and 2 strikes here. Got him from school early, so he didn't have time to go home and change. No balls and 2 strikes here. As the Mules have a runner on third base. The Indians had a runner on third base last inning with 2 down. Here is the 0-2 to Greenwald from McDaniel. There's a foul ball. This one, it just goes foul. We'll do it again. Still no balls and 2 strikes here. Greenwald this season, only 6 strikeouts all season. Coming in, batting .522 with 33 RBIs. At number 34 is standing there on third base with Cameron Settle. Mules lead by a run here in the 5th. There's a fly ball out of play down the first base line, so we'll do it again. 1 ball, or make that no balls and 2 strikes here. Mules trying to pick up that huge insurance run, standing on third base. McDaniel now gets the sign that he wants from Parson. Now he comes set at the belt. Here is the 0-2 on the way from McDaniel. Swing and a miss and a huge punch out, much like the Indians did last inning. So now the Mules strand a runner on third base. We are going to the bottom of the inning. Mules pick up a hit, strand the runner on third base. We go to the home half of inning number 5. Mules still lead 1-0 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
These home selling tips will help you maximize your profit. New countertops can be a game changer. A fresh coat of paint can yield a return as large as 400% on your investment. A well-maintained yard, new mulch, and even a new door can add curb appeal. Declutter and make your home feel tidy, larger, and inviting, and it costs nothing. Call me, Amy McLean at PB Realty West Branch, and let's get started today in boosting your home's value.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Already in the bottom of inning number 5, I'm Frankie Castile alongside Tim Hicks outside the window here in Jackson. Sitting with the Jackson faithful here.
Owen Osborne.
So now coming up to the plate now for the Indians, it is Owen Osborne. Osborne so far today walked and stole second base. Back in, or I'm sorry, he was caught stealing rather, back in the second inning from Bryce Dobbs. Swing and a miss, and we are underway here in the home half of inning number 5. Lots of baseball coming up next week with the Mules on the road. We will be live at Seckman High School coming up next week on Wednesday, and that game will be live on the radio, plus it'll be live on Misha TV. This one is downstairs for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Been doing this now. Somebody was asking me on Facebook a little bit ago. 15 seasons now calling Mules sports. Started doing baseball full-time in 2018. And there's a rocket shot to left field. It gets in for a leadoff base hit. So now Osborne is on the base pads here. Nobody down. Drew Parsons is coming up to the plate. Parsons, he popped out to left field his first time. Nobody down. Jackson now has a runner on base. Spain about to throw pitch number 67 here in the ball game. Spain's had a great outing to this point, showing bunt. This one, great bunt. Greenwald's gonna have to hustle. They throw it and save. Boy, that bunt was well executed by Parsons, and that caught Greenwald a little bit off guard, and Spain could not get to the bag in time. It'll be an infield base hit on the bunt. So now runners on first and second base with nobody down. And now Adler Flynn coming up to the plate, and we're going to get a mound visit here by Coach Patillo. So we'll see what he does as the entire infield comes in, and we'll see what they decide to do here. I believe we're going to make a change at the pitcher's position. So 2 runners on and nobody out here on a infield bunt base hit. We'll see what Patillo does with Spain. I believe they're going to go ahead and leave him right where he is. But now there are 2 runners on, nobody out. As Drew Parsons able to execute that bunt the way it's supposed to be done. He had that bunt right there on the first base line. The Mules defense was not ready for it. That is textbook when it comes to bunting 101. Good job by Parsons there to bunt that runner over. Now the infield comes in. Bunt again. This time, it's going to be booted by Noah Spain, and they had the runner at third base. Noah slipped, and now the bases are loaded. That's going to be an E1 as Spain slipped.
Now batting center fielder number 14.
So now bases are loaded now. Bases are loaded, nobody down. Back-to-back base hits and then the air on the bunt. So now the Mules, nobody out here. Everybody on base. First pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes here. So bases are loaded. 1 ball and no strikes here. The Mules had played clean baseball until this inning. Now the infield plays in. There's a strike called, a huge out right there batting. And his name is Garrison Brown, the 9-hitter in the lineup. The infield playing in. Tenchavez as well as Greenwald playing on the edge of the grass. Right there in the infield. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Garrison Brown 0 for 1. Grounded out to Greenwald his first time. Inside, pitch called a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike here. There's nowhere to put him. Mules have got to put that ball in play. Got to get the batter here to put the ball in play. 1-0 now is the score. We are in the home half of inning number 5. Mules do lead by a run. Mules looking for their 20th win of this season. Here is the 2-1 pitch on the way from Spain. In there. Oh, it's going to be inside for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 on the count. Spain looks frustrated, walks off the mound for a second to compose himself. Still nobody down here in the inning. 3 balls and 1 strike. The infield comes in a little bit. Here's the pitch. And we are tied at 1. And now time is called by Bryce Dobbs.
Now batting second baseman, number 4, Waylon Hale.
And now it is a 1-1 ball game. And now we are to the top of the lineup here. It is a 1-1 ball game. And the bases are still loaded with nobody out. That's the most important thing. There is nobody down here in the 5th. Couple of base hits here to begin the inning, and then Flynn reached on an E1, and Garrison Brown with the walk, and the run has come in to tie the ball game. So now Spain, as he checks on the runner at third base. Here is the first offering to Hale. He bunts it back to Spain. They don't go home with it. Instead, it's an off-key throw. Another E1 for the Mules, and the Indians have taken the lead.
Now batting left fielder number 10, Cooper Rhodes.
It is now a 2-1 ball game.
Hey, you all right, kid? Hey, calm down.
And now we're going to see Patillo coming out now, and that might be the end of Noah Spain. 2 errors in the inning, and this time the Indians have taken the lead. It is now a 2-1 ball game. So we'll take a break, and Patillo takes the ball, and we're going to see Dylan Bratcher come back in, as we'll see him, our number 1, coming in, and he is in a tight spot here. Bases are loaded, nobody down. This reminds me of when this happened against the Dexter Bearcats a couple of weeks ago. He come in, it was a tie ball game at that point, 2-2, and the bases were loaded then with 1 down. We'll see if Bratcher can turn the tide when we come back in 60 seconds. Mules down by a run on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Attention all baseball fans. Are you looking for a winning insurance plan? Look no further than First Choice Insurance, your MVP for all things coverage. Just like a solid defense, our policies protect you when life throws unexpected curveballs. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we've got you covered. Swing for the fences with First Choice Insurance and hit a home run for peace of mind. Visit us today or call our team for a Grand Slam insurance experience. First Choice Insurance, where protection meets perfection.
So Spain's afternoon will come to a close on the mound. He goes 4 innings. Bases are loaded. We'll give you the final numbers here for Spain. Spain, 4 innings, 74 pitches in the ball game. 2 hits, 2 runs. And here's the kicker. These runs were unearned, giving up 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. But his afternoon will now come to a close, and that means for the Mules now, Bratcher is going to be the new pitcher for the Mules. And that means over on third base now, it'll be Noah Spain. He'll be the new third baseman for the Mules. And that is the only change as of right now. There's a fly ball, this one here by Rhodes, and it's going to be out to Settle, and the runner takes off, and here's the relay. And here's the overthrow. And now they're going to go to third base, and Bratcher almost overthrows. Safe at third. Another high throw by the Mules, and that allows the runners to move up to second and third base.
Now batting shortstop, number 6, Jaden Lindsey.
So it'll be a sacrifice fly. It is now a 3-1 ball game. It's going to go F7 on the out. So one down here in the inning. And now the Indians, they lead by a couple of runs. First pitch in there for a called strike, as Bratcher, by the way, will get you his numbers here this season for the Mules, as he is making another appearance here from the bullpen. So Spain is on the hook now for the loss on this game. As of right now, Bratcher is making his 11th appearance overall this season. He is 7-1 on the year, giving up 35 hits, 18 runs, 8 earned. He has walked 14, struck out 52. It is now no balls and 2 strikes. His earned run average is 1.292, and he has pitched 43 1/3 innings. Make that 43 2/3 innings following the pop out by Cooper Rhodes. So now Bratcher comes set. Here is the 0-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. This one gets in for a base hit. 1 run comes in to score. And that'll be all that scores on that one. Runners are on the corners now. It is now a 4-1 ball game. So Drake Weber coming up to the plate now. The Indians have blown this game open here. They've got 4 runs here in the 5th. It is now a 4-1 ball game. And now Drake Weber, who's coming up to the plate, 0 for 2 so far today. Weber so far has popped out to center field and grounded out to Tabanera back in the 4th. And now runners on first and third base, 1 down here in the inning. It is now 5:30. We do owe you a station legal ID. We will take it momentarily. There's a fly ball. This one's popped up. Settle giving chase. This one is going to drop in for a hit. And 1 run is going to come in as Settle could not make the play. And he's slow to get up. I'm not sure if he's maybe knocked the wind out of him a little bit when he slid for the catch. Now he's up, and Johnson walks over to check on him. It is now a 5-1 ball game. Now runners on first and second base. Let's pause 10 seconds now for station identification on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. So now it's a 5-1 ball game with runners on first and second base with only 1 down. So now coming up to the plate is Peyton Kite now. He is 0 for 2 with runners on first and second base. It is now no balls and 1 strike. 1 down here in the inning. A 5-run inning here by the Indians. This one misses for a ball. It is 1 ball and 1 strike here. So 1-1 the count now. All of a sudden, this game has been blown open. Mules now trail 5-1. In there for a called strike. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes now. So 1-2 the count. 1 hour and 35 minutes now in this ball game. As Bratcher now, Big Country comes in. Came in with bases loaded and nobody down. Here is a 2-2 count now. Mules led 1-0. Mules, so far in the ball game, they've got 1 run on 3 hits and 2 big errors, costly errors in this inning. Jackson, 5 runs on 4 hits and a couple of errors as well. Jackson, they've scored all 5 runs in this inning. There is strikeout number 53, and there are 2 down here in the inning.
Now batting number 1, Owen Osborne.
So for the Mules now, strikeout number 53 by Bratcher. 2 down here in the inning. Still runners on first and second base. So now we have batted around here in the inning. And Owen Osborne, who led off to a base hit to right field, is now coming up. So 1 ball and no strikes here to Owen Osborne. Osborne has walked and singled here in the ball game. Led this inning off with the base hit, would come around to score the first run, the tying run of the ball game. Strike 2 is, or make that strike 1 rather. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 the count now. Waiting on deck is the catcher, Drew Parsons. Executed a sacrifice bunt his first time, but it wound up being an infield base hit as he squeezed that down the first base line. Oh, a strike is called. Good movement there by Big Country. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count now. 5 runs already in, a couple of runners still on base. We are in the home half of inning number 5, a very long inning right now. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way. Just misses upstairs. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 now the count. There will be a JV game following this one. We'll have the rest of the varsity game for you live on Facebook and YouTube, as well as the radio, 93.3 FM, 9:30 a.m. 2-2 pitch now from Big Country. Leans out and grabs this one. It's going to be popped up down the right field line and out of play. So we'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count now. Standing on second base, it is Glency. Weber is on first. Owen Osborne now at the plate. Walked and singled. It is a 2-2 count. 5 runs already in here in the 5th. Mules down by 4. There's a rip out to center field. It'll be a base hit. It gets beyond. Season good. It gets all the way to the fence. 1 run comes in. There's number 2. Jackson has blown this game wide open. It'll be an RBI base hit, and then the fielding error by Season Good.
Number 8, Drew Parsons.
So 2 more runs come across. And now it is a 7-1 ball game. It is now 7-1. And a runner on third base with still 2 down here in the inning. And now up to the plate now is the catcher, Drew Parsons, inside for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes here. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Jackson explodes for 7 runs here in the inning. Here is the 2-0 pitch up high for a ball. It is 3 balls and no strikes. So 3-0 the count now. Mules coming up in the top of inning number 6 for them. 3, 4, and 5 all due up. Huffman to lead things off, and there's a 4-pitch walk. And now runners on first and third.
Now batting third baseman, number 22, Adler Flynn.
So Flynn, who batted earlier this inning, they've already batted around, would bunt it back to the pitcher and did reach on an E1. Garrison Brown awaiting on deck, so Big Country getting some instructions from Bryce Dobbs. Boyd Jackson was able to capitalize on a couple of mistakes here in the inning, and they really did capitalize. Country back over to first base is not in time. Just safe back at first. Parson able to get back. So Drew Parson over there on first base. Osborne on third. Big Country in relief here in the fifth, rather. Here is the pitch on the way. Up high for a ball. 5 straight balls here by Big Country. 1 ball and no strikes. Mules led early in this one, and they've kept the lead for a couple of innings until now. There's a pop fly to Season Good out there in center field. And the inning will come to a close, but not before the Jackson Indians explode for 7 runs in this inning. They leave 2 runners on. They get 7 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors by the Mules. Huffman, Dobbs, and Season Good all due up in the top of inning number 6. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Insert a penny upside down, and if you see the top of Honest Abe's head, your tread is too low. If you don't, you're good to go. So when it's time for new tires, remember, Christian Automotive and Tire, keeping you safe on the road.
Maverick Glass offers repair of automotive, commercial, and residential glass, including mobile repair services. From a chipped windshield to a custom glass shower, remember Maverick Glass. Thank you for making Maverick Glass the area's leading glass company for more than 30 years.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
All right, so we are back here in the top of inning number 6 now, and for the Mules, they are down by 6 runs after leading 1-0 here early in this ball game. Now the Mules are down by 6. Final game, a regular season game that is, of 2024 for the Mules, right before we pick up district starting next Wednesday from Seckman High School. By the way, that game will also be at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So Huffman due up for the Mules. He has reached base in 2 straight at-bats. He walked his first time, singled back in the 4th, and came around to score the only run so far for the Mules. So now Huffman coming up now as he digs in. Huffman entering the ball game, whopping 450, 37 RBIs so far this season. He does lead the way when it comes to RBIs. So Tabanera drove him in on an E9 to right field. So now Huffman digs in. And let's see what the Mules have in the top of inning number 6. They are down to their last 6 outs on the regular season. And the first pitch taken outside for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count now. Steven Randall says we just got to get 6. There's a strike called. A good pitch. Count is even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count here in the top of inning number 6. McDaniel has pitched to Jim here today. Here is the pitch on the way. A swing and a miss, and now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So far today, McDaniel has gone 5 strong innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was an earned run. He walked 1, struck out 7. This one is outside. Count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. As Huffman now tries to lead off here for the Mules. There's a fly ball to center field. Brown gets underneath it and makes the play. 1 up and 1 down here in the 6th.
Now batting catcher number 12, Bryce Dobbs.
So now Dobbs comes up to the plate now for the Mules. Dobbs is 0 for 1 so far today. Dobbs grounded out to third base and then a sacrifice bunt back in the 4th. Dobbs here on the season batting .364. He bats right or left-handed, or right-handed rather. Takes first pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count now. Mules down by 6 runs. Here is the pitch on the way, and this one is upstairs for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count now. As Dobbs digs in with the season good 0 for 2 on the afternoon, awaiting on deck. Here is the pitch on the way, inside for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. So Dobbs now with 3 balls and no strikes. Dobbs on the season at 16 walks. Just trying to get base runners now for the Mules. This one has popped up and out of play. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 the count now. Season good awaiting on deck.
3-1.
So McDaniel comes set, and here is the 3-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and now it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 now the count. 2 down in the inning. Pitch on the way, and it is a 1-out walk, and Dobbs is on first base with 1 down. So now Ryland Season Good coming up to the plate. Season Good is 0 for 2 today.
Number 3, Ryland Season Good.
He's got 2 strikeouts so far. We're going to see a courtesy runner there. Drew Cooper is going to come in, and he'll be the base runner on first. So Cooper now will be the courtesy runner on first base. And Season Good, who is 0 for 2 so far today, is overdue for a hit. We'll see what he does here with 1 down in the inning. Season Good entering today's ball game. He is batting .429. One out and 1 on here in the inning. Infield playing the double play ball. First pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. So 1-0 the count now. Waiting on deck is Marcus Tabanera. Mules down by 6 here in the 6th. Good lead by Cooper there at first base. McDaniel comes set. Here's the pitch inside for a ball. It is 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count now. Two balls and no strikes here in the top of inning number 6 now. Here is the 2-0 pitch. Downstairs, ball 3 at 3 balls and no strikes. Mules have got to get base runners in this inning. Try to cut away or chip away at this lead. So now Cooper leads away from first. Here's the pitch. There's a called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 the count now. You can hear Coach Patillo call out the play. 3-1 the count. Here is the pitch on the way, and this one is downstairs and back-to-back walks. And now the Mules have them on first and second base, and that's going to bring out the coach now to talk to McDaniel. So back-to-back walks here in the inning. He has pitched a great game to this point. Only allowed 1 run. It was an unearned run. That was back when Tabanera smoked one to right field. And the right fielder could not come up with it. Popped out of his glove. And for the time being, it looks like I was going to say it looks like that it's possible that they're going to stick with McDaniel. We'll wait and see. Believe they're going to stick with McDaniel for the time being. Yep, so McDaniel still stays in the game at this point. So, and now we're going to get the head coach to come out here, and I believe now they're going to make a pitching change. So McDaniel will head to the dugout, and they're going to make a pitching change. And when we come back, we'll tell you who it is. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
You're in the zone with Baldwin Toyota. Today's spotlight is a 2023 Toyota RAV4. Grab your teammates for the ultimate ride. The 2023 Toyota RAV4 offers a spacious interior and configurable cargo space. Now you can carry all your gear for the big game.
That's right. And with the RAV4's all-wheel drive technology, you can effortlessly tackle any terrain.
Get in the game and visit Baldwin Toyota and experience the 2023 Toyota RAV4 for yourself. And now back to Mules action.
So McDaniel's afternoon will come to a close, but he had a very, very good outing here this afternoon. He is responsible for the 2 runners on. Today we'll give you his final stats here this afternoon. 5 1/3 innings. He went 96 innings total, or 96 pitches rather. 66 were for strikes. 3 hits, 1 run. It was an unearned run. He walked 3 and struck out 7. And now the new pitcher on the mound here for the Jackson Indians. It is the right-hander. It'll be Carter Shipman wearing number 25 out there. So Mules have a couple of runners on base now. Tabanera comes up to the plate for the Mules. Tabanera, first pitch is downstairs for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. So 1-0 the count now. We are in the top of inning number 6. 1 down here in the 6th. Mules down by 6 runs, trying to chip away at this lead. Here is the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike called. 1-1 the count. So 1 ball and 1 strike here. Mules have runners on first and second. Drew Cooper standing on second. Season good over there on first. There's a fly ball. This one gets out of play by Tabanera. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count now. Tabanera with runners in scoring position this season. He is batting .340. He's got a runner on second base now with only 1 down in the inning. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way from Shipman. Outside for a ball. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming up on the 2-hour mark in the ball game. First 4 innings flew by, and then a long 5th inning here on both sides. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way by Shipman, and got him looking, and they may have him. They do. It's a double play as Cooper is caught off the bag on the strikeout, and that is how the top of inning number 6 comes to a close. So the Mules now, as the Indians come up to the plate, Mules down at 6-1. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
Maverick Glass offers repair of automotive, commercial, and residential glass, including mobile repair services. From a chip windshield to a custom glass shower, remember Maverick Glass. Thank you for making Maverick Glass the area's leading glass company for more than 30 years.
So the Mules now will have their 3rd pitcher in the ball game. Bratcher goes 1 full inning. He throws 22 pitches. And now for the Mules, the new pitcher on the mound is going to be Marcus Tabanera. He is making his 5th appearance overall this season. He is 1-1 on the year. His earned run average is 10.5. He did pitch a week ago, or make that on Tuesday, when the Mules took on Donovan. He has gone 4 innings overall, 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned. He has walked 2, struck out 3. So Mules now, and that means going over to first base is going to be Bratcher. He'll be over there on first base now for the Mules. And that means Kobe Greenwald will now move off of first. He is now at third base, and Noah Spain, he'll be at shortstop as Tabanera make that. Spain, he'll be over on, I believe, second base. Yes, he'll be at, Miles Johnson, I believe, is going to be on second. So, nevertheless, the new pitcher on the mound is going to be Marcus Tabanera. So, Spain is going to be at second base. So, there you go. Couldn't figure out for a second which one, but Spain will now play second base, and that means Miles Johnson will stay at short. The outfield stays the same here this afternoon. Here is the pitch on the way by Tabanera. Got him on the inside. And Jackson with their leadoff batter on, Garrison Brown, his 2nd straight inning by being on base.
Second baseman number 4, Waylon Hale.
So now Waylon Hale coming up to the plate now for the Jackson Indians. We are back to the top of the lineup now. Mules now with Jackson having their leadoff runner aboard. First pitch, it got him in, almost hit him inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes now, with a runner on first base. Runner takes off and no go, safe at second base. So as Brown takes off, and he'll be on second with nobody out. It is a 7-1 ball game here. 7-1 is the score. And now Tabanera, his first inning, time is called. And now time as we see Dobbs walking out to the mound here to talk to his pitcher, making sure that those two are on the same page here. 1 ball, no strikes here. You heard the home plate umpire there. Mules at one point in this game did lead 1-0. This one is popped up. This one out toward short, and Johnson comes over to make the catch. 1 down here in the inning.
Left fielder number 10, Cooper Rhodes.
So Cooper Rhodes now comes up to the plate with 1 away in the inning. So Rhodes now as he digs in following the pop out there by Waylon Hale. Rhodes is 0 for 1 so far today. He has walked, struck out, and a sacrifice fly back in the 5th. So now Tabanera as he digs in. Takes a look back at the runner at second base. The lefty steps in. There's a shot. This one's going to get down for a hit. And they're going to send the runner in. They're going to go to second as well. And just like that, it's an 8-1 ball game. It's 8-1 now. And runner still on second base. 8-1 the score. So Rhodes with his first hit of the ball game. He's got some wheels too. He can turn anything into something very easily. It is now an 8-1 game. Now Tabanera comes set. Here is the pitch, and there is a called strike. No balls and 1 strike here. So no balls and 1 strike. Tabanera takes a look back at the runner at second base. This one fouls it away. It's no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes now. So 0-2 the count now. 0-2 the count as the Mules have got to get out of this inning, not allowing 3 more runs if they want to bat in the top of the 7th. This one has popped up. This one, Tabanera gives chase, as does Dobbs, and can't make a play as they both run out of real estate. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Good attempt by Dobbs there, as well as by Tabanera. Still 0-2 the count now. Oh, 0-2 the count. 1 down here in the inning. So Tabanera comes set, checks on the runner at second base, and here it is. Foul tipped it right into the glove, and there is the second out of the inning. And now coming up to the plate now, it is Drake Weber.
Drake Weber.
So Weber comes up now to the plate. We'll have a brief post game following this game. There is a JV game to follow. Tabanera now comes set. Weber is 1 for 3 here in the ball game. He has popped out, grounded out, and an RBI single last inning. First pitch is taken outside for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count now. Mules here, if they get out of this inning, they will have coming up in at the top of inning number 7. They will have 7, 8, 9. This one's popped up towards center field, and this one falls in for a base hit. Another run comes in to score. And now it is a 9-1 ball game. So Peyton Kite now coming up to the plate. Or make that Ninninger rather, going to be a pinch hitter. So now it is a 9-1 ball game. First pitch is outside for a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes here. It is a 9-1 ball game. Swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count now. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, still 2 down. 9-1. Tabanera comes set. This one gets away from Dobbs. He hustles down. Here's the throw. Safe at second. Good try there by Bryce Dobbs as he did everything he could to keep that ball in front of him. It is 2 balls and 1 strike now. Two balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count. This one gets away as well. And the runner takes off, and it's a 3-1 count now with a runner on third base. Three, 1 the count. Three balls and 1 strike now. It's a 9-1 ball game. There is ball 4, and runners are once again on the corners.
Now batting number 1, Owen Osborne.
Owen Osborne. So Osborne comes up. He's 2 for 2 so far today to this point. Jackson scores 2 more runs. This game will end in 6 innings. Mules have got to get this 3rd out if they want to come up and bat here in the 7th. There is strike 1. Tabanera now ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike here. 2 down in the inning. This one just misses for a ball. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count now. 1-1 the count here in the 6th. Tabanera trying to get out of this inning. Runners on the corners here in the 6th. There's the ground ball hit sharply to Johnson, and he will just step on the bag. And we are going to the top of the 7th inning. But the Mules right now, they trail by 8 runs as we get ready for the top of inning number 7. It'll be Brancher, Johnson, and Settle when we come back in 60 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Attention all baseball fans. Are you looking for a winning insurance plan? Look no further than First Choice Insurance, your MVP for all things coverage. Just like a solid defense, our policies protect you when life throws unexpected curveballs. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we've got you covered. Swing for the fences with First Choice Insurance and hit a home run for peace of mind. Visit us today or call our team for a Grand Slam insurance experience. First Choice Insurance, where protection meets perfection.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is now a certified dealer for Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Kevin's Auto is also a full-service garage from brakes and oil changes to electrical and AC. Don't forget they also offer custom muffler work. It's Kevin's Auto and Tire, located on Cravens Road in Poplar Bluff.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
All right, so we are back now as we get ready for the 7th inning, and let's go ahead now and pause 10 seconds real quick for station identification on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. It is a little bit past 6 o'clock. It's 6:09. I'm Frankie Castile. Tim Hicks is down below. And now the Indians are 3 defensive outs away from once again being not only the tournament champions in the CMO Conference, but also the regular season champions as well. Carter Shipman back out to close it out. Dylan Bratcher, rather. Big Country stands in. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. It is top of inning number 7. Swing and a miss, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes here. Appreciate everybody tuning in on social media, not only today, but literally all season long. It is an 0-2 count now. It is 9-1 here in the 7th. Up high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Coming up after this game, we will have a brief post game. Bratcher this time and gets in for a base hit. So Big Country will lead us off, and he gets his first hit of the ball game. Mules now have their leadoff man aboard with nobody out.
Miles Johnson.
So Miles Johnson, he's got a single here in the ball game. He singled last time. He now comes up to the plate now. So Bratcher now leads away from first base. Johnson digs in. First pitch is up high inside for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count now. 1-0 the count as the Mules are trying to figure out a way to extend this game. But man, they are down by a lot of runs. 2 balls and no strikes. Good start with a runner on first base here and nobody out. 2-0 the count. There's a strike is called. 2 balls and 1 strike here. So 2-1 the count. Runner on first base with nobody out. Two 2-1, there's a rip, and this one's gonna go foul right in front of the first base dugout. So a 2-2 the count now. 2-2 the count. Here is your 2-2 pitch on the way from Shipman. A swing and a miss. There is the first out of the inning. Cameron Settle coming up to the plate now.
Cameron Settle.
So Settle comes up. Settle reaches on an air back in the 5th inning. Grounded into a fielder's choice and then got to second base on the air. Takes the first pitch for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes here. So 1-0 the count. 9-1 Mules trail here in the final game of 2024 in the regular season. This one gets away. Bratcher takes off, and he is on second. So Bratcher ends up on second base as Parson kept it in front of him, but he lost the ball for a moment, allowing Bratcher to get to second base. This one gets away, or I should say it's going to be ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 the count. 3 balls and no strikes. It's a 9-1 ball game here. Bratcher leads away from second base. Good pitch right down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 the count. 3-1 here in the top of inning number 7 as Settle fouls it away. It's now a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count now. And there is a 1-out walk now, and Settle will now get down to first base. We are back to the top of the lineup now.
Now batting number 11, Noah Spain.
So now we're going to get a mound visit coming out here. And we'll see what the coach does. May make a pitching change, and they will. So we'll step away for 60 seconds. And we'll come back and we'll tell you all about the new pitcher. It is a 1-out game. And runners on first and second base where the Mules are down by 9-1 is the score. We'll be back on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Imagine playing sports, reading, or driving without needing contact lenses or glasses. The eye LASIK procedure at Eye Care Specialists could be the answer to help you improve your vision. Call Eye Care Specialists to schedule a free screening.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is now a certified dealer for Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Kevin's Auto is also a full-service garage from brakes and oil changes to electrical and AC. Don't forget they also offer custom muffler work. It's Kevin's Auto and Tire, located on Cravens Road in Poplar Bluff.
New pitcher on the mound, the third pitcher for the Jackson Indians, the right-hander Ben Dombach. He is the pitcher to close this game out for the Jackson Indians as they lead at 9-1 with Bratcher and Settle. Bratcher leading, or I should say getting a base hit to lead off the inning, and Settle gets a 1-out walk as we get ready here for the final 2 outs here. As the Mules were back to the top of the lineup, Noah Spain coming up to the plate now for the Mules. Spain so far today, he is 0 for 3. He has struck out and grounded out to third base twice. So now the Mules now 2 down, or I should say 1 down here in the inning. Let's see what Noah Spain can do. He's 0 for 3. Here is the pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So it's 1-0 the count now. As we gear up now for the final 2 outs of this game. Pitch is outside for a ball. It is 2 balls and no strikes now. So 2-0 the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Here is the 2-0 pitch, and there's a good pitch right down the middle. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to Noah Spain. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Mules are trying to get something going here in the 7th inning. Here is the pitch on the way. This one is outside, and the bases are loaded with 1 down here in the inning. Kobe Greenwald coming up to the plate now for the Mules. Greenwald has 1 hit in the ball game. It is a double. He got that all the way back in the 3rd inning. Mules would love to be able to get some runners home here. They are down by quite a bit. This one got him in the top of the shoulder area near the helmet. And for the Mules, that is the 2nd run of the ball game. It is now a 9-2 ball game.
Now batting number 16, Cade Huffman.
So now Huffman coming up to the plate now. Mules trail 9-2. Still 1 down here in the inning. So Huffman, who comes up to the plate, is 1 out of 2 for the afternoon. Huffman so far this afternoon, he has walked, he has singled and scored, and popped out to center field his last time back in the 6th. This one gets away, and the Mules are going to score another run as Settle comes in to score, and now runners are on first, or make that 2nd and 3rd. It is now a 9-3 ball game. And now we're going to get another mound visit here by the coach. So now Mules here as they try to cut in to this lead. It is now a 9-3 ball game. Runners are on 2nd and 3rd base. They're going to stay with Dombach. So now Huffman digs in. It is a 6-run game. Here is the pitch outside. It is 2 balls and no strikes now. So 2-0 the count. And there's a strike. Boy, that was a nice pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Awaiting on deck is Bryce Dobbs. The Mules still down by 6. And strike 2 right down the middle. 1 away here in the inning. Spain on 3rd base. Greenwald on 2nd base. And inside a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The inning started with Bratcher singling and then a strikeout to Johnson. Back-to-back walks to Settle and Spain, and then a hit by pitch by Greenwald. This one is popped up towards center field. Brown goes over to make the catch, and both runners will advance. It is now a 9-4 ball game.
Now batting number 12, catcher Bryce Dobbs.
So now Bryce Dobbs coming up to the plate now. So 9-4 the score. And now up to the plate now, it is Dobbs who takes strike one. It is no balls and one strike. Strike two, 2 balls and no strikes. Mules now trail 9-4. This one fouls it away. Still no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Mules trail 9-4. They've added 3 runs here in the inning. And now the pitch on the way. This one fouls it away. Still no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes. Here is the pitch on the way for the Indians here with a runner on third base for the Mules. Outside, called a ball. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count now. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is the ball game here this afternoon. It goes 2 hours and 28 minutes. Ball game here, and for the Mules, they suffer their first regular season conference loss of 2024. We'll come back and we'll wrap it up in just a moment. Let's take a 2-minute timeout as the Mules fall today 9-4 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. So the Mules fall today, and the Indians are now the regular season champs again in the SEMO Conference. Mules falling short today. They go to 19-11 here on the season. And for the Mules, pitcher Noah Spain will pick up the loss. McDaniel will pick up the win for the Jackson Indians. It took 2 hours and 28 minutes here to complete the ball game. The Mules 19-11 here on the season. And let's talk about the game here really quickly. Let's go down the line. Spain here in the ball game would end up with 1 run in the ball game. He also walked and struck out once. Greenwall here in the ball game with a double early on with an RBI. He would go 1 for 3 here in the ball game. He was also hit by a pitch. Cade Huffman had quite the ball game as well. Huffman ended up with 1 hit with an RBI, also drew a walk. And then Bryce Dobbs here today would go 0 for 2 overall with a walk as well. Ryland seasoned good. He would end up with a couple of strikeouts and a walk on the ball game. Marcus Tabanera, he reached base twice, once on an E9, driving in a run, the first run of the ball game. He would also strike out as well. Dylan Bratcher this afternoon did end up with a hit. In the 7th inning, he would also score a run. He went 1 for 3 overall. Miles Johnson went 1 for 3 with a base hit. Cameron Settle, he would also go 0 for 1 here this afternoon, make that 0 for 2. He would also reach on a fielder's choice back in the 5th and would go to second base on an error. And then for the Mule, he would also walk and score in that 7th inning. 2 hours and 28 minutes for the Mules. They picked up a run in the 4th inning. Also, they would pick up 3 runs in the 7th inning, 4 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors. The Indians scored 7 runs in the 5th inning, 2 runs in the 6th. They would go 9 runs at 7 hits and a couple of errors. So the Mules here this afternoon, they will fall to 19-11 on the year. That ends the 2024 regular season, and that means now we will turn our attention to postseason, and that's coming up next week on Wednesday. And Tim and I will be live from Seckman High School for that ball game. But keep in mind, that game will only be aired on the radio. And, of course, you can also go to Misha TV, and we will set up a link on Wednesday morning so that way you can you can watch the game on Misha TV. There will be a fee for that ball game. But once again, that is not us doing it. That is the state of Missouri that does that. But nevertheless, we'll give you the option to either listen to it live on the radio, or you can also watch it. You can also hear the audio. I believe we may do the audio on YouTube, but not too sure on that just yet. But we'll let you know as soon as we figure out what we're going to do. We will make sure and let you know if we're going to be able to at least have the audio streamed on YouTube as well. Been a fun 2024 season so far. And, of course, we have a lot more to come starting next week when the Mules will be in postseason. And the Mules, as a 6th seed, will take on the Jaguars out of Seckman. And we'll be there for that game Wednesday pregame at 3:30. Our first pitch at 4 p.m. Let's thank our sponsors one more time, and then we'll get you back to regular programming. Our sponsors, they include Senator Jason Bean, also being brought to you by Maverick Glass, Edmondson, Warren, and Holt Legal Services, Air Solutions, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, also Christian Automotive and Tire, Patriot Auto Glass, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, First Choice Insurance, Baldwin Toyota, Rushton's Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Also being brought to you by BB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Kevin's Auto Repair, and First Midwest Bank. Thank you again for tuning in all season long for Mules Baseball. For Tim Hicks, I'm Frankie Castile. We are saying so long from Indian Stadium here in Jackson. Final score 9-4. The Mules are now 19-11 on the regular season. We will see you coming up on Wednesday from Seckman High School as we begin districts. Have a great weekend. Be safe. I'll see you Monday morning at 6 a.m. on the KWOC Morning Edition. Thanks again for tuning in to Mules Baseball. We are live exclusively on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.